Okay, Henri, it's just us now. We're waiting for the other guys. So, then maybe we could start. I mean, this was very interesting to see your presentation. And it seems as though you have a very great cooperation with NOBB. And
Absolutely.
We have throughout the day been speaking a lot about cooperation and the importance of that. But how is, I mean, you're a Finnish company, NOBB is a Norwegian company. How is your experience? Do you work with other foreign companies outside Finland as well, or is NOBB your only foreign cooperation?
No, actually we have a couple of different cooperation partners outside of Finland, but my experience about the NOBB is that the customer service is amazing. They are replying very fast. If I have any questions, they reply like in 5 or 10 minutes. So I have very good experience about the NOBB and our cooperation with them.
Jo,
Yeah.
You were talking about the digitization index and how these other businesses are maybe more advanced, you can say, than us, all these other branches. Do you look to any of them within Skanska when you look into how you can do things differently?
Yeah, we do. I think, let's see if I have
Go ahead.
some. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we try to look at other industries. And of course, in terms of, if you say that, okay, a big part of digitalization in the construction industry is about industrialization, so then it's of course interesting to see how kind of more developed industries in terms of kind of process thinking and optimization is moving forward. So we kind of keep an eye on those businesses. At the same time, I think that it's even more interesting for us to speak with the vendor landscape that they are kind of surrounded by, because being kind of so far behind the ones in lead, I don't think we are supposed to do the same journey. I think we will be able to, at least at some areas, leapfrog that journey, and then kind of talking with their vendors about what kind of capabilities lies ahead is even more interesting than looking at their journey. So it's both, yes, we look at other industries, but we also look at kind of what capabilities technology can give us in terms of moving even faster.
I was just thinking that some of the suppliers we have here today, they are working in other industries, not just the construction industry.
Yeah.
It might be do you have any examples of it's fine if you don't, or experiences where a producer has come to you with something they're saying that, oh, you know, in shipping or in agriculture or we are doing things differently.
Yeah,
Do you get that kind of cooperation with the suppliers?
Yeah, we do. They kind of tend to approach us with kind of business suggestions, of course. But I think that our problem is in many cases that we are very locked into the, as I said in my presentation, the project-centric model. And that is kind of quite a different way of looking at the world as opposed to a more process-oriented. So it's, I'm not sure if, it's not that they don't understand our business. I think it's more difficult for us to kind of open our eyes and see how can we actually, what do we need to change internally in order to kind of be able to work in accordance with their way of working. So I'm not sure if I have any specific examples, but yeah.
Martin, you said at some point that you now have your online business is around 10% of the total. And earlier today we had a talk where Einar Augedal from Bluestone, he was speaking about this vippepunkt. I don't know. When do you feel that comes? When is the change? When is the change between traditional and online?
I think this is a question of that is not as simple as in other industries, because our industry is based on know-how, on manual labor, and many processes which must function. So when it comes to business to consumer, I think it's a question on who gets the best platform first. In business to business, I think it's more complex. I think it's a question of building platforms and solutions that can be adopted by many. So I think it's important that we cooperate throughout the value chain, all the way to Skanska and their colleagues, in order to make good platforms which many can adopt.
But does that mean that we should cooperate on the platform? Like, I mean, now you have your platform, and the company I come from, Maxbo, we have our platform. And all the retailers, they have different platforms, and we all think that our platforms is the best. From the presentation, I think that you maybe have an edge on us now, but should we is that something we should cooperate on? I mean, this guy, he has a platform.
I think it comes down to databases and to standard integration formats. If we can exchange the same formats and have the same language, I don't think we need the same platform, but we need databases as NOBB and also services as provided by our colleague here. And in order to make this, the good thing about NOBB is that you know who sent the information, and you have a party in the middle which which provides integrity to the information. So I think it's a question of both technology and standard formats, but also how we structure the value chain. Because without structure, it's quite expensive to build all the red threads between the different parties.
How do you look on, see that you represent a major company with, as you said, 200 projects, a lot of people needing to buy different materials. How should this work? Should we, I'm sure you have done some thoughts on that within Skanska.
At least, to Martin's point, I don't think that the answer, as I said in the presentation, I don't think that the answer is one platform that kind of fits everybody's need. That doesn't exist. Of course, there is a platform playing going on there where different vendors can get a position and get a piece of the market by providing the platform or providing services within the platform. But for Skanska as a company, having kind of so many customers, so many other companies collaborating on our projects, kind of, if we were to set out and try to be the platform provider for all our associates, that would be mission impossible. At least it would be extremely costly. So I think that for us, the solution is to be the ones that are best at integrating and getting access to the right information from the right provider. So if we in our residential projects need to do customer adoption like gBuilder provides, okay, so then we kind of make an agreement with them. We integrate that piece of software with our backend systems, and that gives us access also to NOBB. But if I in a other kind of project need access to the NOBB database, well then I would kind of provide another way of getting access to that data. Or if I'm to buy those materials from abroad, I should be able to, because I can kind of demand the information delivered on certain standards, I will be able to kind of take that information and merge that into my systems without having kind of to broker that through the NOBB platform or something else. So it's I think that the future is all about integrations and APIs and how we kind of tie all these different systems together in the most efficient way.
So, Henri, when a customer has, from my understanding, and also like you said, your system is kind of to help within a major project where you have all these different future owners who are doing different flooring, different kitchens, different whatever. But then at some point they start living in this apartment. Are you then following the chain further and in your software?
Yeah, for example, we can, in our software, the construction companies can manage the warranty inspections or warranty period. And we are planning to do or offering to the buyers who lives in the apartment, so that we can provide some kind of services after they have moved in their apartment. So there would be a bigger life cycle for the sales to the living in our software.
So you could say maybe that, say I'm living in an apartment and I'm not happy with the wall color because I like pink or I would like another color.
Yeah.
Then they can provide this color, or maybe Skanska or somebody else
Absolutely.
could provide a service to paint the wall for me.
Yeah, yeah. So it would be that way. So the customer can, for example, take the picture of the wall and send a message that I want this wall, I want that it's a pink. So then the material provider or the construction company can send some offer to the customer that it's cost that much that if we paint that wall.
And then when the painting has been done, and of course I think you would like to have that information back to your system. Mm-hmm. Do you think that then NOBB should then a NOBB be this kind of link that kind of picks all this data, or are we looking into kind of a grid where all systems speak with each other?
I think it would be that way, that all the systems are connected with APIs to others, so we can send information and get that information from the different kind of softwares.
So could you then maybe even picture that I am a customer, mm-hmm. and you or Skanska has built this building using your software. I would like pink walls because that's just kind of the person I am. I like everything pink. At least in this month. And so I buy painting from Malorama, I paint the walls. Then the painting comes, of course, from Malorama, but it also comes from somebody else who supplies this to Malorama. So they should then maybe also be connected into this system somehow.
Yeah, that would be the awesome case if we can do that one.
Okay, so then we have then I think we are finished, and it seems to me that it kind of gets down to the APIs, which kind of was the wrap up, I think, of the last session also. So I think that will be then the takeaway from this is start prioritizing your systems and start with the APIs. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.